Hello, everyone. Welcome to another episode of My Journey of Resilience. And in our session today, I would like to share with you a story where it's a story of my own journey of self worth. Self worth is very deeply connected to our resiliency skills. While we may not really be aware of it, but it does have a very deep connect to each other. And I shall share with you this through a story from my work life. So many years ago, I was almost 9 years or maybe more into an organization where I came to learn that there was a review, the compensation, and there was some corrections done. While we were a huge team, the team members of our service line were divided into two categories. One was the where employees who were fairly junior with less experience, but they were from business schools. The other set of members were from the local universities. I was one of them, and we were a little bit more tenured than these junior employees. And while we were all together into that service line, each one of us were at a different role in the hierarchy. But this salary correction happened for everyone. And what I came to learn that after the correction, a tremendous hike given to the business school, while we who were from the non-B schools were just given a set percentage. Now, if you at that given point in time, I'm just sharing uh, if you were to look at my performance record, you would find that I've been a person with almost meeting my goals more than 100%. Checkbox of performance, productivity, leadership, and I was there. But regardless of that, if I did not belong to the B school, I was part of that group which was not incentivized or given a salary hike that I duly deserved. All of this and much more. But then there was a political angle to the compensation, the correction that happened. And it was more of this organization trying to position itself in the top B schools, and perhaps were trying their own methods to keep these new hires from different Bs happy, which was fair enough. But when it comes to my uh, category, where most of my members, we were not just tenured enough, very high on performance. When we never got our deal, none of us complained. Okay, why so? Not because we lacked resiliency skills, but what we even lacked more than that was this ability or this very thought on self-worth, which was about, do I even deserve this? So, my if now when I look back, and this was almost 20 years ago, now when I look back, and I'm not talking about when I say now is not right now, but when I really did this work almost 5 years ago with my coach and at a very intense level, at that point in time, I realized that 20 years ago, my self worth was something I would constantly question. And I would think, hi, do I really think I deserve this kind of money? So, why I questioned it? Because in my growing years, when I was a young child, I was never good with mathematics. And I never thought I will either be an engineer or a doctor because I was not good in either of science or maths. And then that growing years concept of self worth was shaped by the beliefs or the thinking style I held. So the belief I held and that was told to me by my other elders, mentors, teachers was that people who excel in science subjects or who really crack the entrance for engineering or medicine are those smart, brilliant kids, or those who crack and go into the entrance of business schools, B schools. So to me, I look up to such people as someone who were really high on their credentials, completely undermining my own self worth. Perhaps since I was not good in either of science or mathematics, I would never find myself to be eligible enough to even attempt or uh, or go for these B schools. So I never went that way. And however, where I studied from, what I did it with 100% integrity. And I gave my best to my job, which reflected in my performance. But since I never thought that I deserve to be compensated for my performance than for the B school badge or any other credentials I carry, this undermining of self worth, this constant questioning to my do I deserve it? Do I deserve it? Kept me at the lowest on compensation cycle for almost 10 years in my working years. It was only later on I was able to do the correction, but it was too late. And through this story, what I really want you to understand is that sometimes we don't really voice out the things we should actually be we because it's not about the inner strength which comes, but it is so deeply connected to our self-worth that if we don't really believe in what we deserve, it mirror backs in our life, and so does it impacts our even our resiliency skills, our ability to cope, and the inner power we hold. In my case, I never thought I deserved more than what I was getting. So all those years that I had this such low self-worth and such high proxy worth attached to other people and to their titles and credentials, I never found success and I was never able to earn what I rightly deserved. It was only after the intense work I did on my self-worth to understand why is it that I'm questioning my worth and undermining it so badly that it is not only skills, but it has also kept me not fully realizing my potential. With this newfound awareness, when I went back into the corporate world, I was earning 10x more, and today it's way above to what I was earning at that given point in time with so much of my dedication and number of hours and productivity that I gave to my work and the organization. So, friends, if you are questioning your self worth and asking yourself, do I deserve it? And because of which you feel you have no power to fight back the forces which tells you that you don't, then it's time for you to really rethink on this limiting belief. How could you do so? Again, go back to the page that the link I'll share in the description box uh, of this video, and you can check this tool that I've created, which will help you question your belief on your self worth. Work through it. I also have a series of workshops on self doubt. You can even go through them, work along with me, which I've done in those workshops, and really get your self worth up and running because it's deeply connected to your inner power and you deserve the best. See you again for another story. Until next time, keep building your resilience one day at a time.